Welcome to Sociology Vibes, where we simplify challenging ideas into easy to understand insights. Today, our focus is on the explanation of the Cold War classification system, which was once used by social scientists to understand global stratification. Global stratification refers to the inequalities that exist between countries. Cold War classification system that we're going to explore today is a historical version and is no longer used by sociologists today. So why do we still include it in our understanding of global stratification or global inequality among countries? Because it provides a framework for the historical, political, and economic divisions that continue to shape contemporary global relations and inequalities, and we still observe many of the same dynamics among some of the more powerful countries today, especially the United States, China, and Russia. Shortly after World War II, the Cold War started and lasted from 1947 to 1991. Similarly to World War II, it impacted many parts of the world. During the Cold War, countries were classified based on their economic development and political ideologies. Primarily, this included the two economic and political ideologies related to capitalism and democracy versus socialism and communism. The first world classification included countries that were globally the wealthiest, with democratic governments and allies of the United States. The second world classification included countries that were viewed as less economically developed, with socialist and communist economies and governments. These countries were allied with the Soviet Union and China. The third world classification included countries that were not aligned with either the first or second world countries. Many of them endured colonization either in their past or were still living under colonialism, and consequently had high rates of poverty and were not as economically developed as the first and second world countries. Cold War classification became outdated after the end of the Cold War due to the collapse of the Soviet Union and the economic development occurring around the globe in countries with a third world designation. Today, these labels are considered inappropriate and even offensive due to their ethnocentric references or cultural biases. Still, even though the designations are no longer appropriate today, many of the countries that were given the third world label still have high poverty and are less economically developed when compared to the rest of the world. We can see the long-term consequences of historical colonialism, political instability, and economic struggles. Even though the Cold War classification system is no longer used today by social scientists, this Cold War classification system provides us with a historical context and gives us an understanding of contemporary global stratification, including a frame of reference for the more contemporary global stratification classification systems. And that makes sociology worth exploring further, don't you think? Thank you for watching. Be sure to comment below with your thoughts, questions, or any topics you'd like us to explore next. Let's keep the conversation going and our community growing. See you in the next Sociology Vibes video.